Captain America, The Winter Soldier directors Joe and Anthony Russo have just signed an exclusive 3-year first-look deal with Sony Pictures. The Russos said the following: "We're thrilled to make a home at Sony Pictures and to be partnering with the entire team. The studio has created an environment that is not only collaborative, but truly filmmaker-friendly, and we're excited to begin developing both new and ambitious material with them." Schnepp, what do you think of the Russos joining Sony Pictures?
Well, you know, yesterday's show, we were talking about Drew Goddard taking over the writing and directing of Spider-Man. Even though that hasn't been confirmed, we were like, well, everyone else seems to be talking about it like it's confirmed, but I guess it isn't confirmed.
No, not yet.
And this news would kind of maybe rend that opposite, you know, that I would think that the Russos are coming over to take over the Spider-Man franchise.
Oh.
That's what my guess is. My guess is that they're coming over to either produce, and maybe Drew Goddard is still going to write and direct it, but I think the Russos are going to be handling the Spider-Verse. That's my guess. Because they would never leave Marvel proper. They would, Kevin Feige is like, no. You're like, they're Captain America, they're like Avengers. You're not going anywhere. So for them to join Sony, in my eyes, is they are taking over the Spider-Verse, and they're going to be handling, you know, the Sinister Six and Venom and Aunt May and everything. They're going to handle everything, and they're going to be like, no, we're going to make it good. We're going to put our touch on it. We're going to put our spin on it, and that's my takeaway from that is smart, very good. Get the Russos on it.
Well, here's the thing. We should really emphasize here: we are speculating.
Yeah,
the Russos have signed this. Now, it all depends on what type of first look deal is it. Now, just traditionally speaking, a first look deal is simply this: that you are a creative force, and now that when you create, when you write a movie or you create something, you have an idea for a movie, the first people who get the chance to make that movie is the studio you just signed with, so Sony. And then let's say the Russos say, I want to make, a story about, I don't know, Yiddish, the dancing dog. Okay, and then Sony, they have to go to Sony with that first. That's the first look deal. Sony can say, yeah, we don't want them. And then that means they can now take that and shop it around. But, you know, some first look deals go deeper than that. I mean, sometimes they go to like exclusive deals. So what makes this news interesting and why I want to find out more, because we really know very little about this right now. The reason I want to find out more is because the Russo brothers are said to be the front runners to do Captain America, Civil War. Now, nothing official yet, but that's kind of the assumption going around right now, is that they're kind of lined up to do that.
No, I mean, they are doing Civil War. You mean the Avengers.
Avengers. That's right. Sorry, I mean Avengers. Yeah. The first Avengers, that they're lined up to do that. So my thought is, well, since this is a Marvel property, it's not their thing. But how is their deal structured? Does this deal with Sony preclude them from furthering and doing more Marvel stuff after the upcoming Captain America film? I mean, I just don't know. I simply don't know. But it makes things very interesting if it does. But anyway, Alicia, you read all this. What do you think this all means?
Well, my initial thoughts were like Schnepp. I thought, oh, Spider-Man, because if they're doing Captain America 3, which is going to be Civil War, and that's the first time we'll see Spider-Man back in Marvel world, then I think it's really smart of Marvel to kind of say to these guys, like, you know your stuff, you know our world. And Sony would be really smart to say, you guys have proved yourself with Captain America, Winter Soldier, that you can do anything. So come over and take care of Spider-Man for us. Because Sony really need to be able to trust the people they put in charge of Spider-Man. But it would also be fantastic to see them do something completely different, something new. Because apart from You, Me, and Dupree, we haven't really seen that much original stuff for them. And I wasn't a fan of that movie, but I actually really loved Captain America Winter Soldier because it felt like that political 70s thriller rather than the superhero traditional movie. So I want to see more of what they can do. And it's interesting because in the Sony hack, there were emails between the Russo brothers and Amy Pascal where Russo brothers were saying it's such a shame that this Marvel deal didn't work out with Spider-Man. So now it has. It opens the door for them.
You know what? I'm gonna answer my own question and say, you know what? I guess it doesn't matter what's in this deal because Sony is now in league with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I guess having the Russos, no matter what the deal is, the Russos are still probably going to be free if Spider-Man is attached to work in both universes. So I guess it answers that.
Spider-Man can go to Avengers And the Russo brothers can do Avengers.
Come over and do Avengers.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it could mean a lot. This could be a really cool deal. I mean, and we love these guys. I mean, one of my favorite moments of 2014 was actually when they came into our studio and like not only came in and did the show with us, but then they like just hung out with us for like a half hour.
Told us really cool spoiler stuff that we can't talk about.
Very cool stories and all that kind of stuff. So,
hey everyone, if you like this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.